Hello. If you are watching this, you probably saw my post on social media. I am closing the bread box for good. So that means I will no longer be open uh, as of July 23rd. That'll be our last day of baking. There's a few reasons for that. And through this video, I'll just go over some of those reasons in depth. Um, First off, it's just not fun anymore. I don't find joy in it, and when I'm finding myself prepping, I am constantly thinking about the end of prep, when we're going to be done. Um, you know, dreading it even coming up, and that's just not something I want to deal with. I've never been the kind of person that sticks around for something like that. If I don't like it and it's not making me happy, I'm out. So that's where I am on that standpoint. Um, Although this year, so 2024 has actually been our best year so far, which is really surprising. We've had um, a lot of projects outside of just our normal open and pre-orders and stuff. But for my situation, there is no future for the bread box. There's no brick and mortar. There's no my own place. Just every aspect that goes into that is it's such a huge thing, and it affects more than just me. Like my family, people around me, and there is no future with that. Um, I don't have the time. I don't have the funds. And those are things I don't want to sacrifice just to open up a brick and mortar. And I definitely don't want to keep doing the cottage food thing. If you're someone I've talked to about this before, like when it's prep week, it is Monday through Friday. My mornings before I get my child up into daycare, I go to my full-time job, then my lunch, and then I go back to work. I go pick up my child after work, spend 2 hours with her and my wife and my other son. And then after that, the rest of the night, sometimes till midnight, is just bread box. And that's all it is. And I don't want to keep doing that. It's not fun. And I don't see a future where I just keep putting myself through that stress. So as far as a future for the bread box goes, there is not one. Not at this time. Maybe retirement sometime, but as of right now, there's no future for the bread box. Now, some of my other major concerns, I've had health issues come up because of the stress and stuff from the bread box specifically. So I don't want to make that worse, and I want to get better. The lack of sleep, the ability. I don't have the ability to eat properly or exercise properly during those weeks, and I really fall off the wagon because it's just so high stress. And it just makes things worse, and I can just see it getting worse down the road. So my health is far more important than continuing on this path for the bread box. So, I have 2 kids. I have a very young daughter. She's 3. And before she was born, I weighed over 320 pounds. I lost over 120 pounds during her first 2 years of life. And that was mainly to be around longer. in me doing the bread box is the opposite of that. I believe it is being a hindrance to my health. So I need to get it. I need to get that together, and by getting rid of the bread box is going to be a massive change for me health wise. The most important part of why I'm actually closing the bread box is family. Duh. So it consumes a ton of time, not just prepping, background work with the website, marketing, the little that I do, just when I have time. And then setting up, the 4 hours that I'm open and people can come and buy stuff, or if I go to the brewery for pizza, that entire day is gone. Sometimes I have my daughter out here, but that's not quality time with her. And, I'd like to spend time with the other members of my family, like my son and my wife. And, I don't get to do that as often as I'd like. So with my daughter growing up, she's going to start being in activities, and I want to be able to be there, and that's not going to be a possibility as much as I'd like with the bread box. And being able to go out with my wife whenever I want or whenever we have time is less likely when I have the bread box. Same with other family members when I want to do something. It's just a huge time sink. And the other things compounded on top of that just is totally not worth it anymore. It's just not worth it. It's such a time sink. I don't enjoy it at all. It's hurting my health. There's no future. Why would I do it anymore? So it just doesn't make any sense. I still love to bake, and I want to continue loving it. So that is another reason why. The best part of the bread box, by far, was meeting so many people and having so many people in the community come and enjoy the things that I made, because I really did strive to make the best things that I could. Sometimes it was really hard because it's just me, and I wouldn't get things quite right. But it was a long 3 years of learning a lot. And I'll take that knowledge and, use it in other things, because that's what we do. Keep learning and apply to get better and better. But definitely the community, the feedback from what I was doing, it validated the effort and, the things that I was doing. So that was really, really good. And spending time with my mom, I think that was valuable time. I know it's something she liked to do as well, so I'll always cherish those moments as well. But yeah, the bread box is going to be closed at the end of July. So our current timeline is actually July 13th is our last day of walk-in purchases and pre-orders. No more pre-orders after that. Then the week of the 20th, Saturday, the 20th of July is a Saturday. That is our subscription delivery and drop-off or pickup. That is the last day for that. And then those will be done. And then our last event is for the Opera House. Their Mary Poppins show will be providing on the 23rd little grab bags with some tea time pastries and little treats in there for people to purchase before the show, I assume, to munch on. And that money will go towards, helping the Opera House repair and stuff like that. And we're happy to be a part of it. Those are the kinds of things that we really like to do. But that bake for that event is our last bake. I will not be doing any farmers markets. I won't be reducing to one time a month. I won't be continuing just subscriptions. There will be no more baking coming out of my garage. I will be selling off all my equipment. I do not want to do it anymore. I want it to be done. I have other aspirations that take far less work. I am a strong believer in staying busy does not mean progress. And I feel like I'm just super busy and not making any progress, so it's killing me. Yeah. Lastly, I appreciate everybody's support through the last 3 years. It's been great. I hope someone else will open up a bakery in town, maybe a brick and mortar, because I know that's what everybody wanted. But for me in the bread box, that's just not in the cards. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful night.